I ain't gonna lie to you. The border crisis alone is a good reason not to vote for that Harris Walls ticket. I'm just throwing it out there. But you know, common sense, common sense, common sense. What has happened to common sense? You know, this woke culture, no common sense. Boy, they are clapping for. People are really clapping this on, y'all. You know, but Trump is making big moves, smart moves. We see a lot of big things happening right now, you guys. You see the breaking news, man. And I wonder what the polls are going to show in a couple days and a week from now. Now that we see RFK has suspended his campaign to endorse Trump, and they're working on some big things right in that with that whole deal right there. So boy, it's just gonna be. I'm telling you, I know a lot of y'all haven't put the popcorn down. You just ran up your cholesterol levels, your CCG levels, your you know what I'm saying. Your sodium is up. Yeah, high blood pressure. Y'all calm down now. Relax. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Is it exhale or inhale? Which one is it? Inhale, I don't know. But you know, man, we are living in some of the biggest history yet, you guys. Some of the biggest history yet, man. So let's go and jump in with the 5. Trump visits border. We dropped a video on this earlier. Very heartbreaking, man. You know, very, very heartbreaking. And again, want to send my love and prayers out, you know, to the families. You know, my condolences. You know, there's been some, they've allowed some terrible things, man, to take place, man. You know. And I tell you right now, I want my tax dollars back. We all need our tax dollars back, man. There needs to be a change in leadership. I'm sick and tired, man. And it's sad that we got to make videos like this in 2024. It really is. You know, it's sad, man. See the hurt, the pain, you know, on these family faces, man, and it's painful, man. But I want to tell you guys I love y'all, man. No matter if you're blue, red, Democrat, Republican, in the middle, I don't care, man. I'm wishing the best in everybody's life through this fast time travel that we live in. Pretty soon we'll all be dead and gone, you know, but the spirit and the energy lives on forever, baby. We'll all be dead and gone, man, out these bodies. And they're going to be coming back in 2024 saying, what's going on around these times? What was going on? What was happening around these times? You know, the woke culture of no common sense. Let's jump in and see what they're talking about.
Visits the border in Cochise, Arizona. There is an intense manhunt underway right now for a man who they believe has made threats against the former president. Now it comes a
Don't let them forget, man. Prayers for Trump and his family in the comments, man. Prayers for Trump and Vance in the comments, man. This Trump ticket, man. You know, prayers for you guys and your family. We don't know what to expect any day from now, man. You know, we don't know what to expect tomorrow, next week, next month. We're living in some disgraceful, scary times, man. A lot of hatred is going on, you know. DEI failures, you know. You know, looks like inside jobs. Prayers for Trump, man, for real. But again, Trump knows he knows what he signed up for. There's a reason why he told us to keep fighting, man. We are in a fight to get our country back, man. Prayers for that man, man. For real. Protect him. Protect him, man. We've seen everybody, you know, love this man, and now they hate him. You've seen people just just all this betrayal. So once he came down that elevator, man, everybody used to love this man. Now they want him dead. Now they spit on him. Spit on him and stump on him now. But everybody used to love him.
A little over a month since the assassination attempt on Trump's life. Despite the danger, Donald Trump went ahead with his event and commented on the manhunt, saying this.
I have to do my job. It's a job. It's a dangerous job, but I have to do my job. This is so sad, but this border is so dangerous. It's so bad and so horrible to people. They're losing children, wives and husbands, and it's just a horrible thing. And we can stop it.
Judge, maybe could you talk a little bit about the threat and then what it's like for Secret Service now under even more pressure to make sure that he's protected and that the other candidates are protected as well?
Well, look, the Secret Service, and unfortunately, we've had a very bad experience with Kim Cheadle at the head of the Secret Service. And to be honest with you, I'm not that impressed with the acting director, Rowe. But the Secret Service is always supposed to be on guard and prepared that someone is out there and ready to kill the president of the United States. I mean, that is their job. And so now we have a name and a face, and we're going to deal with the ramping up of all of the assets to make sure that they find this individual and that they afford Donald Trump now the same security that they would give to actually a sitting president. And you can bet that all of law enforcement, all intelligence assets are turned on to find this guy, both overt, which is, informed presence, and covert, which is Secret Service and what they do internally. It's also a good bet that this will not end well for this guy on the right of the screen. However, this will not be the last time that someone comes out of the woodwork to harm Donald Trump. But this guy is dumb enough to tell everybody ahead of time, and now we know who he is. But I have to say one more thing, Dana. There's a lot of talk in this race about testosterone and masculinity and all this nonsense. I've never seen anyone like Donald Trump, irrespective of my personal feelings for him, and you know that he's my friend. I mean, you get up after you're shot and you yell fight, and this guy's going out again knowing that there are people who want to kill him, and knowing that even with Secret Service protection in Butler County in Pennsylvania, this punk almost got away with it.
Yeah, and that investigation is ongoing, and they do have now bulletproof glass in order to protect the president. Right. Greg, one of the things he did down there today is had angel parents there, families whose loved ones were murdered by illegal immigrants who had crossed the border. And what he was doing is basically drawing a straight line from Kamala Harris and Joe Biden to these tragedies. How do you think it went?
Well, first, we got to remind people, the people who make public threats aren't the ones who do the deed. I wish it were that simple. It's, the people intent on assassinations never tell you first. It's not like Babe Ruth, pointing to the bleachers and saying, I'm going to hit a homer. As somebody who's gotten a fair share of threats, the only one that took actual steps never told me ahead of time, which was really rude. So, okay, about Trump's presser down there. So it makes me think, what's worse? Trump coming down that escalator in 2015 and offending the sensibilities of the virtue signaling media, or the crimes, the rapes and the murders that he accurately warned us about? When Trump said, and you might say, oh, it was inartful, has proved correct. And it wasn't a political statement. It was a statement based on common sense that if you open the floodgates and let in millions of people, there are bound to be bad hombres. There's bound to be a bad skittle in the bunch. Rapists and murderers. If you had listened to him and not let your emotions about how he says things and how his tweets offend you, he would have been able to fix this, and there would be people alive today that aren't.
Jesse, one of the things that the Trump War Room Twitter account, or X account, said today was that he said that I met with Kamala's transition team. I told her transition team exactly what would happen if they got rid of President Trump's policies. We suggested policies to her within the parameters, and she refused to listen. Kamala's border invasion was a policy choice. And listen to Chris Murphy. He's the senator, I believe, Connecticut. Am I right?
Yes.
I hope I'm right. This is what he said about Kamala here.
Kamala Harris has been tough as nails when it comes to securing our border.
When Donald Trump comes down to Texas, stands next to officers in uniforms just like mine, he's not there to help us. Don't think that, not for a second. He is a self-serving man. Now, Kamala, on the other hand, has been fighting border crime for years.
They did.
And then he got fact checked it, and they rolled the clip. Look at Greg. Look at Greg. Yeah. And then they rolled his older interview of what he said earlier during the year. People are phony, man. Fakes. It's a disgrace, man, what we've seen take place, man. It's a fucking disgrace, man. Should be ashamed. They should be ashamed of themselves, man.
Did about an hour of that last night here on the floor, Jesse.
No one believes that, Dana. No one believes that. That's just in one ear and out the other. Just because some guy has a hat on and says she's tough, that doesn't make her tough. Trump runs towards problems. Kamala runs away. If you can't obey orders, you can't lead. She was given an order to fix the border, and she didn't do it. She's not really that hard of a worker. Trump is. Look at the way he symbolically does these events. He goes to the border to talk about the invasion. He has a grocery summit with items to talk prices. He goes to the inner city to talk about crime. And then you'll see him at a UFC event or a Formula One race. I guarantee you're going to see him at a college football game this fall. What this does is forces the media to project these images into people's homes and phones. When you give the media images, we're all lazy. We take it, we put it out there. That's great. That's what television is. If Kamala is just going to do small events and no interviews, that's not going to hack it. Trump is going to be able to overwhelm her with a variety of images that symbolically suggest that he's in this to win this and is fighting for you. Kamala really needs to step up her game here.
Harold Ford Jr. give you the final word on the border and on the manhunt or on the border policy.
Let's just say two quick things. President Trump, I thought his words about this manhunt were so presidential, and anyone that believes we should bring harm to any president, there should be action taken against him. But he said, I've heard it's dangerous, but I also have a job to do. I have great respect for the Secret Service, and I hope they continue to do their job well in the way that he thinks they should. On this border thing, look, I think that both of these candidates have some shortcomings. I think President Trump is going to have to answer at that debate, and I'm curious to hear his answer. If indeed all the media reports are right that he worked actively against the bipartisan bill that was created, and if he did, why so? And I think she's going to have to answer. What's the difference between being responsible for looking at root causes of the challenges at our border and being the border czar? And the country will have an opportunity to decide whom they believe most or who they think is the most credible. I know I'll be looking forward to it. I have an opinion on it, but I'm looking forward to how the country reacts.
Jesse, the polls show that President Trump is way trusted more on the border than anything else. Do you trust that poll?
That's the poll I trust.
Okay. I want to make sure.
Click here to subscribe.
Oh, man. You just can't make it up, man. But, it's all gonna come down to facts over emotions, man. I'm mad, y'all. I'm mad, man. And that video of that lady speaking, we cried on camera, man. That's still playing in my head. That whole story. And it's a lot of stories, man. It's a lot. It's heartbreaking, man. And we just don't know what to expect any day from now, man. We know Trump is in danger. And Trump knows the risk of this. But the man got up and told us to keep fighting, man. We are in big trouble, man. People are dying. People are struggling. Tough, man. I love y'all, though, man. And I'm wishing the best in everybody's life. People are dying and struggling right now, y'all. A lot of things, man, that's happening right now that they are still not talking about. We wishing the best in everybody's life before we get out of here, man. Prayers for you guys and your family. Prayers for Trump and his family, man. We don't know what to expect any day from now, man. It's like every day is breaking news, you know. Awful, man. Times that we're living in, man. It's terrible. Terrible, man. But the fight continues, baby. The fight continues, man. I love y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man.